This has become a time as we finish off the program for the week, 15 hours up, 15 hours down. I encourage you and thank you already. If you've done it, go subscribe to the podcast. I want to thank all the 300-plus affiliates that we have out there in all 50 states. Appreciate all of you listening wherever you may be across this country. And what we try to do in the final segment of the week is give you our Outkick six-pack of justice. The six-pack is designed to be our gift to you, the American people, or anybody else who might be listening overseas, my gift to the world at large. Now, last week's gifts, not well received. We went 2-4 against the number, which drops us to 16-8 on the year. I liked our picks last week. They did not go well. We lost a couple by small margins. Some of them were just flat out wrong. After the roll we had been on, we were due for a bit of a fallback. So, I have got 6 winners for you here. I am bringing in Dub, who is the other big gambler on the show, to have him analyze in real time the picks that we are making. And we begin with what I think is, if you were listening to the earlier show in the second hour, I think this is the best game of the weekend in the NFL. The Packers on the road against the Bucs. This, to me, is a quintessential circle the wagons game for Tom Brady. If you don't know what circle the wagons means, back in the day when the pioneers were moving across the American countryside, when there was going to be a raiding party, and you heard the Native Americans, the Indians, the Cowboys and the Indians, you heard the charge coming. You would circle the wagons to protect everybody inside the interior of the wagons, and you would say, this is the final stand. This is a circle the wagons moment. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have to circle the wagons. This is my circle the wagons special. Brady can't fall to 3-3. It's not going to happen. They played awful, the Bucs did, on Thursday. They have now had 10 days to get the wagons lined up, to get their weapons primed, to be perfectly ready for the Packers to roll into Tampa. And I'm not worrying about this number. It's bounced around a little bit. The Packers may be a point favorite some places. Don't worry about the number. The Bucs are going to win this game. It is rare that I can say, don't worry about the number. Just bet on the Bucs to win outright. Some of the places have this as a pick'em. Some places have the Packers as a small favorite. The Bucs are going to win. Take it to the bank. It is my circle the wagons combo blood bank guarantee. Tap the veins, boys and girls. I love the Bucs in this game. What say you, Dub, about my circle the wagons blood bank guarantee combo here?
I got to tell you, Clay, and I don't usually do this either, but this is my biggest agreement I think I'll have all year with you on these picks. I absolutely love the Bucs in this spot. This is a big opportunity for Tampa Bay to make a statement and to kind of take a hold of this division the way the Saints have been playing as of late. And what I like to do, and what a lot of people like to do that like to bet these games, I look and see what kind of action each team is getting. And right now, the Green Bay Packers are getting over 90% of the bets on this game. Now, I don't know this as a fact, but I'm just going to assume. I don't think there's ever been a game in which Tom Brady has been on the field where he has only gotten 10% or less of the bets. This seems to me like an absolute fade the public spot here. Tampa Bay at home. I think the Packers are pretty much, they've been playing out of their minds. I think they're due for a letdown here. I think Tampa Bay plays their best game of the season. Tom Brady has his team ready to go, and I think the Bucs win, and I think it could be fairly convincing.
All right, the second pick, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit surprised that we had such complete and total agreement. It makes me a bit nervous on the Bucs Packers, the Bucs getting the win. But I think the Patriots, Cam Newton is coming back. The Broncos are theoretically getting Drew Lock back. But the Patriots have had a lot of time to get ready for this performance. I think the under is the play. I think that the Patriots, already we know that the Broncos don't have a spectacular offense. They have struggled to score in general. and now you're telling me that the Patriots are going to be lined up against them with extra time to prepare with Bill Belichick. I think with Cam Newton coming back, they have a very relaxed and not very aggressive game plan. They're not going to ask him to do too much. I think the under 45 is the play in the Pats and Broncos for our Outkick six-pack of picks. What would you say to that, Dub?
Yeah, under here, although all the overs, it seems, have been hitting this so far this NFL season, but I think this is a game that Bill Belichick, this is going to be like a dream game for Bill Belichick. I think this one's like 24-10, something in that range. The Patriots control the ball. Drew Lock, I don't think is going to be doing a whole lot. I think if you're looking at this game, I think under is the way to go.
All right, so we're in agreement on the first two. Third one here, and this team has been really difficult to predict, but I think they are trending in a positive direction. I liked what I saw from Carson Wentz. I'm going with the Eagles plus the 7.5 against the Ravens. Now, I know the Ravens have been very good so far this year. They're 4-1, but they're not the same Ravens team that we saw last year. Lamar Jackson, good, not MVP great. I think that continues here. The Eagles feel like they have a chance to still win the NFC East. It's a tough game coming off of the battle for Pennsylvania that we saw against the Steelers. I think the Eagles plus 7.5 against the Ravens, good play here.
Yeah, I think this is the only way you can bet this game with the 7.5. If it was 7, I think it'd be, a different story. You could bet Baltimore there. But I agree with you. The Philadelphia has been playing really well the last couple of weeks. Last week, they lost by 8 against Pittsburgh, but that was basically a coin flip game coming down into the fourth quarter. They could have easily won that game. So I like Philadelphia getting more than a touchdown here against the Ravens.
All right, so unfortunately, potentially, we're 3 for 3. All right, here is the next game. I'm going to be at this game on Sunday. On Tuesday, I went to Bills-Titans. The Titans now turn around and play another game on Sunday, noon Central Time, 1 Eastern kick. Not a lot of time to get back and ready after a Tuesday night football game. But the Titans are starting to get healthier again. Those guys who were on the COVID positive list are coming off of that list. And I just am not sold on the Texans. I know they won the first game with Romeo Crennel, but I am not sold on this offense being very explosive. I'm not sold on the ability of the wide receivers to get open consistently. DeAndre Hopkins used to eat the Titans alive. I like the Titans getting back Adam Humphries. I think that he is going to make a big difference on third down catches. There are a lot of people rotating back on. Hopeful that Jeffrey Simmons may be able to play. Hopeful that Corey Davis may be able to play. We won't really know until Sunday. Corey Davis, big wide receiver for the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons, a big part of that defensive line, the young second-year defensive tackle. I think the Titans come and win big. And I think they put away the Texans and win by double digits to set up a huge game against the Steelers next week. But I think the Titans cover the 3. This line is too low. I think the Titans have been undervalued, and we saw what the ceiling is for the Titans with their game against the Bills. I think this team feels like they have been insulted by the way that people responded to their positive tests. I think they come back and make some big-time plays. I like the Titans -3, home again in Nashville. The positive is they don't have to travel after the Tuesday night game. They've had a bunch of days to rest before that Tuesday night game. I think they still have some gas in the tank, and I think they get it done against the Texans.
So this is one I'm going to have to disagree with, and my reasoning is it seems too good to be true. Because in my book, I feel like this should be more like 4 or 5 or maybe even 6, Tennessee being favored. So when I see something like this, I get nervous because when something seems too good to be true, oftentimes it is too good to be true. So for that reason alone, I'm going to have to fade your hometown team and go with Houston plus the 3 points here.
All right. These next two are Monday night games, and I'm going to continue to play the over train here. The Chiefs on the road against the Bills. Neither one of these teams had good games on their most recent outing. The Bills obviously were not good against the Titans. The Chiefs were not good at all against the Raiders. I think the Chiefs and the Bills both get things back rolling in a good direction. I think both of the offenses perform better than they did most recently. Look, this Bills defense has really kind of fallen apart. For a long time, the Bills defense was carrying this team. Now they're back to somewhat of a sort of a normal defense in the NFL. They've given up a lot of points. I think Josh Allen rebounds from a double interception game against the Titans. I think the Chiefs do a better job blocking for Patrick Mahomes, but I think both teams are going to have some offensive success. I am hitting the over 58 in the Chiefs-Bills Monday night game. By the way, not even Monday night. I think this is like a 5 o'clock in the afternoon kickoff on Monday.
And I'm not complaining. I'm loving having these double dips on Monday night. So that is A-okay with me. I agree with this pick. You're right about Buffalo's defense. It used to be the strength of this team for the past 3-4 seasons, and now, I mean, it's a pretty significant weakness, I'd say. They're one of the worst defenses statistically so far this season in the league, and Kansas City coming off a loss. You know, and you got to think, they're going to be pretty sharp on offense, and Buffalo coming off a loss as well. Their offense didn't look good against Tennessee, so I expect both of these offenses to get back on track, and I think this one goes over.
All right, and then the other one, Cardinals on the road against the Cowboys. Cardinals sitting at 3-2. They're a small favorite. Cowboys 2-3. Andy Dalton sliding in for an injured Dak Prescott for the remainder of the season. I still like CeeDee Lamb. I still like Amari Cooper. And I still like Michael Gallup at wide receiver, the best trio of any wideouts. Zeke, I'm not convinced that the Cowboys made the right decision with the money that they gave him. But I think this offense really won't miss a beat. Most of their issues remain on the offensive line. Cardinals, Cliff Kingsbury, a lot of people, this Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury tandem is under sort of the radar. They won their first two, lost their next two, won most recently. I think they have a good chance to win, but I'm not even going to worry about that. Money in the bank has been Dallas Cowboy overs. It doesn't matter who they are playing. I think Cliff Kingsbury is licking his chops thinking about getting to go against this defense. I'm taking the over 55, double overs on Monday Night Football.
I'm in agreement here, 34-31. I don't know who's going to have the 34. I don't know who's going to have the 31, but that's going to be around the score, so this one will go over. The Cowboys' defense is horrible, and like you said, I think Andy Dalton will be just fine in this Cowboys offense. Over is the play.
All right, so here are the plays, the Outkick six-pack. As we roll into the weekend, my gift to you, my gift to the public, the Bucs are going to beat the Packers outright. The under on the Broncos at the Patriots. I love the Titans -3 against the Houston Texans. I'll be watching this one in person. The Eagles +7.5 against the Ravens. The Chiefs and Bills over 58, and the Cardinals and Cowboys over 55. There is your Outkick six-pack of picks. I appreciate all of you who have listened to all 15 hours all week long. We have had an awful lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Hope you enjoy the Saturday and the Sunday college football action. We will be back, same bat time, same bat channel, Monday, breaking down everything that we learned from the college football weekend and hopefully rejoicing in some good NFL gambling picks. We will see you on Monday. I am Clay Travis. This is Outkick the Coverage. Have fantastic weekends. Thanks for hanging with us here on Fox Sports Radio.